had an extension of 6 months to September.
Okay. So it expired in March. You were given an extension of 6 months.
Yes,
So you're saying since September 2024, you've not had a contract with government.
yes,
Okay. Have all payments due you been made?
no,
You're still owed money from that contract?
yes. You are still owed money for a period of nearly 2 years.
You said a period of what?
Nearly 2 years.
Nearly 2 years of services that you've rendered have not been paid for.
Yes.
See. Was there an explanation given as to why that has not been done?
We do the payments to the beneficiaries, pre-financing it, and then government reimburses after every step. And so the reimbursement haven't arrived yet.
Okay. Is this to suggest that all the beneficiaries you recruited have been paid up to date?
No, up to a point. Up to a point, we were not able because the contract has not been renewed. We do not have a contract, so we can ride on that to get a facility to support ourselves. We have done that for about 3 times already, and the reimbursement hasn't come. So the staff are still owed some allowances.
Are you able to tell the number of months they are owed?
It's akin to the length of time that we have not been paid. About 1 year, 1.5. It differs from district to district.
I see. So you're still waiting on government to make the necessary payments, and then you can also pay the beneficiaries.
Yes.
Well, government says all payments that have been made to you post the contract and the ones that need to be paid will all be audited. Are you open to that?
Yes, it is in the release like that. We are open to any decision government wants to carry out that will benefit the country and us, because we are a law-abiding company and we will not rise against them.
And they have also indicated that they will not renew the current that contract that expired. Was that communicated to you at any point?
No. We are all seeing what you all saw.
And typically, I want to understand, because you said the contract expired in September 2024. Typically, how long does it take between one contract expiring to a new one being given you? Have you had this length of time without a contract?
It's a 2-year contract, and we started this in 2006. And so every 2 years, it's renewed until 2019, when it was open for competitive bidding, which we participated in. The reason for we won. So having gone through the full lifespan and received the extension, not really anybody will think that during the period of extension, arrangements are put in place for a renewal to be done either way, either giving us the nod to continue or opening a competitive bid. But that didn't happen.
So you're saying since 2019, so let's assume between 2019 and 2024, there are about, let's say, so 2 different contracts, because it says the contract has a 2-year cycle. You've been competitively bidding for it.
Yes, we entered the competitive bidding in 2019.
Okay. You entered it and you won the bid.
Yes.
Okay. So when you won the bid, was there another competitive bidding when the 2-year contract expired, or it was just renewed?
It was renewed.
You're saying there was no explanation as to why there were no further renewals after the extension?
Yeah, just after the extension, we were going into elections and all that. So I cannot speak to why there was no action till now. My only thinking would be that the authority will probably be doing other things.
Are you still interested in continuing this arrangement with the YEA?
Yes, we are very much interested.
So, because they are now talking about a bidding process at the regional and district levels, not at the national level as it used to be. You are interested in being part of the processes?
We have other services we run, and some of them give us the opportunity to bid. So bidding is not a new thing to our company, and we have a regional presence, we have the capacity also. So we are very much interested in whichever form the procurement landscape will be.
So you have the structures that can allow you to bid throughout this country for every district contract, even if it's at a regional level.
When we get there, we know how to do it.
And let me first understand, for those who are listening to us, explain to us, because this contract has been in the media for some time, exactly what are the services you provide under this contract?
We clean the principal streets as assigned to us by the environmental officials of the district and the municipality. And we desilt the gutters alongside those also. And we clean assigned to it.
So you take this contract, recruit people to do that job for you?
We do not recruit people. YEA recruits their staff and give them to us to manage.
Oh, okay. So the YEA recruits the people and assign them to you, and you are responsible for managing them and putting them to work?
Yes.
And when you say you clean the streets that are assigned, so it's not every street that you're responsible for cleaning?
No.
And it's not every gutter that you're responsible for desilting?
No.
Okay. So there are some specific streets within Accra. Is it everywhere? Let's assume for the purposes, Accra or the Greater Accra, let's say the Greater Accra metropolitan area, what used to be the Gamma area, are responsible for everywhere?
I said we keep the assigned principal streets.
Assigned principal streets?
Yes.
And then you're responsible for managing the workers. So they give you the workers, you run them, and then you do the work that you have been assigned.
Yes.
And has there been any concerns about your performance under this contract from the person who have been contracting you all this while, the government?
I have not cited any documents indicating that.
So as far as you're concerned, government is happy with the work you've been doing?
Of course, yes.
And then, of course, there's always the matter of and government addresses it in the in the statement, in the letter they wrote to Manasseh Azuri-Awone, and they're talking about this matter of the sweeper fees. And do you admit that those fees are quite low?
What I have to say here regarding the fees is we do not recruit the staff and we do not assign them the allowances. It is why that recruits them, hands them over to us, and we have discussed the part of the amount that is assigned to this contract per head that is good for the workers. Now, this contract is not yesterday's contract. It was running 2 years back or more. And the things that people are doing now that that money cannot buy Wache. Wache then was not Wache's price today. And also, we of Zoomlion have been the people who have most of the time in this relationship with YE. suggested an upward adjustment of the allowances. Okay? And I also know that there is no one, I don't know yet, but so long as I've been working for 30 years in Ghana, my life has not been assessed before I'm paid. What is due the job that you do is paid to you. And you, the individual who wants to do that job, it's on you to know how much goes into that job, and you decide you want to do it or not. So I wouldn't say that it is high or it is low. It is the amount that the authority governing the project knows that can run the project in that manner.
Let me understand that. Are you saying you have no input into setting the allowance or fees that are paid to these beneficiaries that are recruited?
I said earlier that we both agree at the table of discussion what is best for the various aspects of the project which requires money, including the allowances of the beneficiaries. But note that the contract belongs to a body, and we are just contractors doing the job.
You said you have even been proposing to government to consider raising the allowances. What has been the response you've been getting all this while?
I will cite the last one. We proposed a certain amount, and the authority also responded to us that they would agree to a certain amount. Now, it is not on the authority governing the contract to accept whatever proposal the contractor brings. And the contractor may propose, and it is that shouldn't be the measurement for the authority to take and run with. The authority is able to govern the project, and it decides on what is best for the project to be successful.
Okay. So you can only propose. Ultimate word lies with them, with government.
Yes.
Has there been increases in allowances over time?
Oh, of course. They were not paid 258 cedis from 2006. It was this because of the change in the kind of currency we run as a country. I've even forgotten. It was that time 50 cedis, and then we proposed, and it was pushed up to a certain amount, and it has changed up to what it is now.
So the most recent I was paid to them before the expiration of a contract was 258 cedis.
Yes.
258 cedis. That is low. You agree? No matter what the work the person is doing, that's small.
Well,
there are those who have pointed to your management fees and said, you seem to be taking more than the sweepers. Since the sweepers are the ones doing the work, they should be taking more than you are taking in terms of management fees. What do you say to those who make that suggestion?
Management fees cost about 160 about, and the remaining is logistics, the attire, and the various consumable fees. The entire money that is used to govern this contract per head is divided into two. So we do not take the larger amount. What comes to us is not profit. It goes into working on the contract.
So you're saying majority of the contract of the amount goes into procuring logistics for their work?
Yes.
But you don't. I'm sure that tie you buy them once in a while. It's not monthly, I believe.
No, we are not talking about monthly here. The arrangement is done. The YEA looks at it. We have a discussion, and it is agreed. So it's not as if
So you would agree, you bid for the contract whenever the time comes, whatever terms and agreement you enter into with government, you will agree to perform your duties if it is favorable to you.
Once we are able to win the contract, we will do it, and we pray for it.
See, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you too. Have a good day.
Emma Ajua Apia Oseidua is Corporate Affairs and Communications Director, Zoomlion Ghana Limited, joining us on the line. He says, as we speak, there's been that contract has expired. She says, as we speak, that contract has expired, and it is